there are some major US visa policy changes, and you have to watch this video to understand what's coming. So President Trump, on his first day in office as US president, he signed an executive order concerning how US embassies around the world, they're going to issue US visas moving forward. The executive order is called Protecting the United States from Foreign Terrorists and Other National Security and Public Safety Threats. Now, moving forward, visa officers or consular officers, they're going to become more vigilant during the visa issuance process. In fact, the executive order specifically directs them that they have to become more vigilant during this process to ensure that people that they're going to issue US visas to don't intend to harm America or its national interests. The executive order also specifically states that they have to make sure that they are not giving visas out to people who bear hostile attitudes towards the US, the government, culture, citizens, or anything related to the US. So if you don't have a positive attitude towards the US, if you, for example, you insult the US government on Facebook and it's shown that you bear a negative attitude towards the US, its government, or anything US related, then you may not be a candidate for a US visa. Again, the executive order is saying that if there are people that defend, help, or support terrorists and threats to the US national security, then those people should also not be given US visas. Now, there's going to be enhanced vetting and screening across agencies. As part of the order, number one, the order specifically states that there's going to be, again, vetting and screening to the maximum degree possible. All non-citizens who are trying to come into the US, trying to get visas to come into the US. They are also going to evaluate countries with inadequate vetting information to make sure that whoever is coming in is not a threat to national security. Number three, they're going to be reviewing visa programs to prevent misuse or anything that is not in line with the aim of advancing interests of the United States. As part of this, I foresee them reviewing, for example, the diversity visa lottery program to see if it aligns with what the president is looking forward to during his term as president. There are some changes that you need to expect in the visa application process. Getting a visa might become more challenging due to the enhanced vetting and screening process. They are going to conduct more thorough background checks. Your social medias are going to be checked. Sometimes the US embassies would also send local investigators to your home. This is specifically done for immigrant visas. For example, if you apply for an immigrant visa and let's say the F2B category, you say you're not married, they can send people to your home, your area, show your pictures and say, is this person married? Do you know them? And then your neighborhood police would also confirm some of these things, and so they're going to be conducting more thorough background checks. Some of these investigations are going to go up. There's going to be additional documentation requirements. There's also going to be likely longer processing times, and so if you want to apply for a US visa, you want to do so quickly or as soon as you know you want to do that to avoid lengthy wait times. There's going to be more rigorous evaluations, and there's likely going to be detailed questions on the visa forms. And there's going to be some questions that are likely to elicit certain answers that they're looking out for in order to know who to give US visas to. So you have to stay updated. The executive order gives 60 days for some of the directives and 30 days for some of the directives for the rules to start being executed or implemented. The Secretary of State, the Attorney General, the Secretary of Homeland Security, and the Director of National Intelligence, the President is ordering that within 60 days for some of the directives, 30 days for some of the directives, they have to evaluate and adjust all existing regulations, policies, procedures, and provisions of the Foreign Affairs Manual to be in line with the executive order. They also have to evaluate all the visa programs to be in line with this executive order, and they also, within the 2-month time period or 1-month time period, they have to recommend actions that are necessary to protect Americans from anything that looks to be a threat to America. So the government is likely going to come up with rules, regulations within the next 2 months that will reflect more definitively these policy changes. So final advice, number one, ensure that you understand whatever visa you're applying for, whether it's an immigrant visa or a non-immigrant visa. Make sure that your applications reflect accurately your situation and make sure you seek out proper legal advice moving forward. I hope this helps. I'll see you soon in our next video. Bye.